Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Real Cut My Music Wrestling. It's your boy, the Black Patriot, once again bringing you the dopest wrestling content on the net because wrestling is my number one priority and wrestling is my number one passion. With that being said, with the introductions is out of the way, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's small for you, but it does wonders for me. Helps me out greatly. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the subscribers that I have gotten so far. Yes, I'm starting over. I was on a different channel with a partner, but I'm going solo now, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to move forward in the name of the Lord, and I'm going to kick moving forward off with my Backlash review. Now, let's just get this out of the way first. I'm reviewing Backlash after the fact. The pay-per-view has already happened. And the sentiment online and from what I've been hearing is the pay-per-view was not good at all. People were saying that it was trash. I've heard it been called back trash, and some people even called it back ass. That's not good. Not good at all. There's a lot of things that I could say about this event, but I will say this. It was mediocre. Maybe that's just the theme of WWE PLEs now. Maybe they're all just going to be mediocre. Maybe we shouldn't even get our hopes up. We shouldn't even expect nothing more than mediocrity from this product. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the content that's being put out is absolutely 100% trash. Was this PLE great? No. Was it bad? Borderline. Without the main event, which could have been better. It could have been better. The main event was John Cena versus Randy Orton. It could have been better. It was okay. And that seems to have been a theme with all these WWE events, be it Raw, be it SmackDown, be it PLEs. They're just okay. And that is not good. That is not good, yo. There's a lot I can say about this. And during this review, you're going to hear me saying possibly trash, boring, and mid a lot. Because a lot of the matches were nonsensical. A lot of the matches really could have been done on Raw. It's like they outside of the main event for the WWE title, none of these matches felt big. None of these matches felt premium. None of these matches felt like they were events. It just felt like a glorified Raw. And that is because Triple H's booking is bad. So, the show kicks off with the Fatal 4-Way for the United States title. A match that I did actually enjoy. It has some spots. It has some fast-paced, hard-hitting exchanges in there. And I really kind of enjoyed this match for what it was. If I was just looking for ring work, which I am a fan of ring work, but for story and psychology, it had none. Like, I was not invested in this match at all. I did not care. I did not care. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a couple of plot holes in the continuity here. So one of the most glaring plot holes is, why is LA Knight and Drew McIntyre even in these kind of matches? What is this? What are we getting here? Drew McIntyre is a former world heavyweight champion. Drew McIntyre is also a guy that has been in the ring with Roman Reigns. He's been in the ring with Seth Rollins. He's been in the ring with CM Punk. He carried WWE during the COVID era as the WWE champion. And now you got this man in matches getting hurt, getting injured, possibly sidelined by Damian Priest, who is a certified jobber. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Damian Priest is not that guy. For whatever reason, as Triple H has lost his mind, he decided to put the belt on Damian Priest. Damian Priest is trash. He is mid. I don't ever want to see Damian Priest. Not that there's not a place for him. There is a place for him. It's called the mid card. He should be United States Intercontinental title, tag team title. He cannot talk. He has no charisma. He is not cool. He is not good. And he's old. He's in his 40s. So no, Drew McIntyre has the trappings, the makings of a mega star. He could be the guy. I would say that if Triple H was to push Drew McIntyre the way he pushed Cody, think about that for a minute. What if the main event at last year's WrestleMania was Drew McIntyre booked strong going over on Roman Reigns? Face Drew McIntyre. Think about that for a minute. Now, the match in itself was okay. The ring work was good. The other plot hole I'ma say is these multi-man matches does not really build anybody. These multi-man matches does not even make the title elevated. What would have been better is Jacob Fatu versus any one of these guys one on one. A struggle, two gladiators warring, getting it in. That's what we want to see. And Jacob Fatu beating any of these guys clean would have elevated him, made the title look great, and made him look strong. But what do we get? Overbooked nonsense. Because yes, the thing about this match is we know that something's going to happen with Solo Sikoa. We already know this. It is so predictable. It is elementary booking. Like, I don't care about the show because I already know what's going to happen. So we know something is going on between Jacob and Solo. Solo comes out. He introduces Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb is interfering in the match. He beats up LA Knight. Jacob finishes the job. Jacob retains. Remember, Drew McIntyre got hurt. That's because he got hit with a botch south of heaven from the whatever they were standing on. His head hit the concrete instead of going through the table. So not only is Damian Priest a jobber, he's also a botcher. Like, get this dude out of here, dog. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of him at the main event level. He's where he belongs, in the United States mid-card level. But yes, we know that eventually, and I'm going to call it, Solo is going to turn on Jacob Fatu. Jeff Cobb is Solo's new enforcer. And I can honestly say I do believe that Solo is going to go over. He's going to beat Jacob Fatu and take the United States title. But for now, Jacob Fatu is the man. Jacob Fatu is a monster. He is the Samoan werewolf. He should look strong in this situation. I think a one-on-one would have elevated him and made him look strong. And the last glaring plot hole is LA Knight. Yeah. What are they doing with my man? What are they doing with my man? Why is he the one that had to get his ass kicked? Why is he the one that has to get pinned? LA Knight has more charisma than everybody that was in this match. LA Knight is the megastar that's being held back. I don't understand why Triple H won't let this man be. Like, it makes no sense. LA Knight should not even be in the mid-card title scene. He should not even be fighting for the United States title. He should be fighting for the World Heavyweight title. The match was mid. I am not a fan of LA Knight getting beat. I'm not a fan of LA Knight getting pinned. I'm not a fan of LA Knight being made to look like a fool. Like, get it out of here, man. The match was good. The reason why these four competitors was in the ring was stupid. It could have been done so much better. I do not work for WWE, and I could have came up with better ways better matches than what was on this card. Is ridiculous. Now, the next match, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental title. Let me start by saying I like both of these women. I am a Becky Lynch fan, a massive Becky Lynch fan, and I can think Lyra has something. I don't know if it's gonna be with her current gimmick. I know everybody always say it, maybe a heel turn, maybe a little edgier to her, but I think she has something to offer the industry. I like Lyra. Me liking them aside, this match was, it was, it was almost okay, borderline on boring. And I expect much more from Becky Lynch, and I expect much more from Lyra Valkyria. And here's the thing. They were doing moves, the sequences and everything they were doing in the ring was spectacular. They were getting it in. They were getting it in. And even the crowd was into it, and the crowd had them going, this is awesome, chance. They were into it. But I'm sitting at home watching it, and I'm just like, and there are several reasons why. Becky got almost no offense in this match. Outside of like 3 manhandle slams that Lyra Valkyria kicked out of every one of them. Like, when did she become invincible? You, like, kicking out of one finisher, okay, to build intrigue. You think, oh, the crowd is with it, you kick out. But repeatedly spamming finishers, and we're going to get to finisher spam later on in the video, but to repeatedly spam your finisher just to have your opponent continually kick out of it, it's just lazy. It's just crap. It's not cool. It's not fun. It takes away from the finisher. It takes away from the finish of the match. All these false finishes are unnecessary. Let them wrestle one fall finish. Just wrestle, great match, finisher, wham, get it over with, yo. Like, but I don't get it. Lyra did have a couple of really good spots too. I liked when she reversed Becky's Bexploder suplex attempt into a enziguri into a sit-out powerbomb, and she had a beautiful delayed superplex off the top rope. She caught Becky with a Nightwing. Becky kicked out only because the referee was out of place, only because earlier in the match, Becky tried to cheat by taking the ring pad off, so the referee had to fix it. Nightwing, boom, Becky kicked out. I don't think she would have kicked out if it wasn't for the referee being out of place. They continue to brawl. They doing their thing. Eventually, Becky is pinned clean by a roll-up. A roll-up. The roll-up is the most powerful thing that's out now, and Becky already knows that she got beat by a roll-up. She was still going 100 miles an hour. She literally got pinned, got back up and started kicking Lyra's butt, yo. She beats Lyra down. She puts her in a disarmor, holds her in a disarmor. All the people from the back got to come out to get Becky up off of her. It's heel work 101. This was the match that led to that really good promo that Becky had on Monday Night Raw. So, still, the match was okay. It was okay. Again, more mid. Match work, good. Storytelling, non-existent. Penta versus Dominic is also a match or some variation of Penta versus members of the Judgment Day is something we've been seeing over and over and over again on a loop. So Triple H is not creative. He's not coming up with nothing interesting. He is not thinking outside of the box. I don't know where his mind is at. We've seen this match or variations of different forms of this match. It is not something that I want to see. It is not something that belongs on a premium live event. And even before Dominic Mysterio won the Intercontinental title, he was barely wrestling. If you look at his record, I'm sure he does not have that many wins. So for him to just come out of nowhere, win the title, like, this is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, yo. And it's more of the same lazy booking. I could have came up with a better card than this. And then why are these matches even on here? Like, if you're gonna have Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch, why not have your women's champion on the match, on the card? I mean, why not have Io? Lyra Valkyria has been racking up enough wins. Why not have Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky for the women's world title? That is something we could care about. It's a world title. Oh my God, a world title being defended on a PLE. Like, what is this? Who is coming up with these matches? I just don't understand how the obvious choice that is there is just not being used. They, instead of putting the women's world title match on a pay-per-view, it's probably going to be defended somewhere on Raw or something. But we got Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Come on, it makes no sense. Nobody cares. The fans did get invested in this match. I'm not going to say they didn't. Then they cared a little about the Penta and the Dominic match, but WWE fans are programmed. They're conditioned. Nobody wants to call this mess out. Nobody wants to say it's dumb. Nobody wants to say it's stupid. Nobody wants to say Triple H is bad. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my channel. I'm going to dookie on the product. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to tell you how bad it is. And I'm going to let you know that you're watching steaming hot garbage. I'm sorry. It's not good, yo. This match ends with interference from Chad Gable, who they're wasting away with this terrible El Grande Americano gimmick. This is the best that Triple H can come up with for Chad Gable, who should be a wrestling, suplexing, submission machine. He can be a modern day Kurt Angle. He's already wearing the red and white. He got an Olympic background. He's great in the ring. He's good on the mic. He's pulling the character off, but it's stupid. It's dumb. Oh my God, I do not care. It's so fucking stupid. He interferes in the match. Dominic wins off of a frog splash. I don't care. Yo, Penta is a guy that you will never see in the world title scene. I doubt Dominic will be in the world title scene anytime soon. These guys are mid. They're jobbers. They're mid-carders. So I don't care, all right? This match should not have been on a PLE. This match could have been saved for a spot like Io Sky, like the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. You know what I'm saying? But moving right along, more trash, more mid, more garbage, more ridiculous booking, just a whole lot of nonsensical mess going on here. Gunther versus Pat McAfee is quite frankly a travesty. It is ridiculous. It is retarded. It is dumb. Pardon my French, it is freaking crazy. It should not happen. This should not be on a PLE. This match was dumb. This match was boring. It was everything that I've been saying about Gunther since I've started my channel, even when I was on the other channel. Gunther is boring. Gunther is trash. Gunther is caca. He is basura. And Triple H is also basura with this stale ass booking. Why is a former world heavyweight champion that you gonna tell me he's the ring general? Why is he facing a WWE commentator? And why is the match not a slaughter? Why is this not a squash match? Gunther should have came into this ring, destroyed this man, and this match should have been over in like 3 minutes. It should have been a bloody beatdown. Then you would have made Gunther look tough. Then you would have made Gunther look like a madman or somebody that didn't care if he would have bloodied his knuckles, busting Pat McAfee up. He would have maybe looked how a professional wrestler versus the Help is supposed to look. But instead, it took time for him to put Pat McAfee away. Like, get out of here. Stop it. Pause. This is trash. No way, man. No way. This is unacceptable. And I cannot believe that you guys are letting WWE fleece you like this. I cannot believe you are letting these people get away with this. This needs to be stopped. They need to be called out. This pay-per-view was trash, and it shows that WWE does not care about fan engagement. They don't care if the product is good. All they want is your money, and you are dumb enough to continue to give it to them. The only saving grace of this pay-per-view was the main event, because the main event was the only thing that was slightly entertaining. Randy Orton versus John Cena was basically a finisher spam fest. It was slow, it was plotted, it started off slow, it picked up at the center, and it slowed down towards the end. It was just a spam fest, but it was good to see these guys. It was their history, their auras, and their charisma that made this slightly entertaining, but in my opinion, it was the worst wrestle match on the show because there was no wrestling. It was RKOs and AAs all night. The match was mid. Their charisma and star power saved it. But if you put any other two wrestlers in this match, not Randy Orton, not John Cena, it would have stunk the joint up. It's a terrible match. Only good part was Randy Orton popping off on the staff. He issued out like 6, 7, 8 RKOs, I don't know. And he went to punch Cena. R-Truth ran into the ring and stopped him from doing it. Quarter RKO. Cena wins off of a low blow and a championship to the head. It is what it is. At this point, I should just lower my expectations and maybe, just maybe, I'll be entertained. So if you go into a WWE, POE, or Raw, or SmackDown, whatever you go into, just expect it to be boring, expect it to be trash, expect it to be nonsensical, and maybe you can enjoy it. If I have to rate Backlash on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give it a 3. If I had to give it an A to B or AF, that I would give it a D, yo. It was bad. That is my Backlash review. It was a terrible pay-per-view. I believe what everybody was saying on the internet, so I got to hear the buzz first and then put it out there. The perspective was there. It was terrible, as bad as everybody said. This is the Black Patriot. This is the real Cut My Music Wrestling, guys. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. That really helps me out. That really helps grow the page. Thank you very much. Be safe. Peace out.